And we're back again. What are we on now? Episode 3? I think it is. I think it's the third one we've done. I said we, you've fucking done no to it, really. It's me. I'm sat here rabbiting. But as you already know from title, we're going to talk about disappointing games. Buying a disappointing game. Buying a shit game. That were a massive thing back then. Quite traumatic, to be honest. Because we had no idea. It all goes back to, again, it's internet's fault. There was no fucking internet. Go into a shop, you'd see a game on shelf. You get dazzled by that front cover. Screenshots on bike. People that fucking writ the description on the bike, fucking hell. They must have paid them a shitload of money, because that could suck your in, couldn't it? A description on bike. Half the time, though, it is our fault, not being patient. Because, I mean, back then, you did get games reviewed in magazines, but if you think about it, a magazine comes out sort of like once a month, and then they'd have to to get a review out in a magazine before the games come out, they would have to like give the games magazine the game early so they can review it, play it, review it, put it in a magazine so that you can read the review before the game comes out. But that didn't happen often. I mean, maybe they'd get the game when it comes out, like everybody else, then they'd have to play it, then they'd review it, then it'd have to come out in time for print, so then it could be a month after the game's out, and we ain't got patience for that. Well, I ain't got patience for that. I've got my birthday money. I go into a shop, I see fucking Superman 64 on an N64. I like Superman. I'm thinking, fucking hell, this is it. Look at this, flying around in 3D. Superman. What can go wrong? What can go wrong? If only you waited for a review. And again, these game companies as well, why would you send a magazine an early review copy of Superman? You know what they're going to say. You know it's not going to be good, so they're going to hold back. They're not going to release that bad boy until somebody fucking, it comes out and they go and buy it, then review it. And then, like I said, print deadlines, it could be a good couple of months. Game's been out. But you don't know that. You just see a shiny box on a shelf with Clark Kent shirt open, Superman sign, and you're like, fucking hell, this is going to be amazing. Bloke behind counter, he sees you eyeing it up. Now, he could do you a solid here, because most people that work in video game shops, the games come in a few days early. They tend to let them take them home and try them. I mean, I did work experience in a video game shop, and I wasn't even working there. And you were able to take games home at night and play them. He knew what Superman 64 were like. I have a fucking clue. But he sees me eyeing it up, and he's giving me words of encouragement. Oh, brilliant game, fantastic graphics, superb. But it's obviously his fucking shop, that's why. He's put 60 quid on this, on that price sticker, and he can fucking smell a mug. So what happens? Money's burning all in my pocket. There's no else out. They've timed it well. They've obviously gone, fucking hell, there's no other games coming out this week. We drop Superman on shelf. Some fucking cunt's going to buy it. And then you get it home. And you go through these different steps. First step is excitement. You're buzzing. You bought a game. You bought a Superman game. Like I said in previous videos, you're on bus home. You get the manual out. You're like, oh, look at all these things I've got to do. To be honest, probably signs are there, screenshots and flying through rings, but you're oblivious to that. It's Superman. Fucking Superman flying around in 3D. It's a Nintendo game. It's got the seal of quality on it. Not gonna fucking shaft you. And you get home, and you start playing it, and the excitement's still there for a bit, and then it wears off, and then you hit phase 2, which is denial. You can't accept that this is fucking terrible. You're committed. You're in. You've dropped your 60 quid. He's took it. You're fucking balls deep now. You're balls deep in Superman 64. I keep calling it 64. It weren't, it? It was called Superman, but it was on N64. So you're convincing yourself. You're playing this game and thinking, fucking hell, it's brilliant this. I'm actually going to put the controller down and walk away because I don't want to play it too fast. I don't want to finish it too quickly. That's the first thing you do. You put it down and go outside and play with some fucking twigs instead. Oh, you're not bothered. Because you're in your head, you're convincing yourself, I've not wasted 60 quid. You can't tell yourself you've wasted 60 quid. Denial. You go back and play it. Again, You tinker around with it, you play, and you go, still in denial, still thinking it is an alright game. You probably dropped your expectations a little bit. It's alright, still a Superman game. It's going to get good. It'll get good. I'm just doing tutorial at the minute, flying through all these fucking rings. When I get into proper game, I'll be alright. I think the reason they made that fucking game so hard in the beginning, and it was so fucking challenging to fucking fly all the way through those rings, because they didn't want people to get into the main fucking game. They realise it's just as shit. Anyway, we go through denial. You're denying it. Then you've got number 3. Acceptance. You realise you have bought the biggest pile of fucking shit you could have ever bought. You've spunked that 60 quid at wall and there's nothing you can do about it. You're searching for that receipt in the off chance, and you're going to try and come up with the most creative, imaginable excuse to try and get your money back. I've tried them all. Never works. They will not budge. They will just tie you up with all this fucking legal jargon. You're not getting your money back. You are stuck it. You won't even let you change it for something else. He knows he takes that off you and puts it back on the shelf. No one's going to touch it. Reviews are out now. It's too late. You're fucking stuck with it. And that is probably one of the most painful experience in buying games. When you've bought a bag of shit and there's no you can do. You plug it back in. You have another go. You're forcing yourself at this point now to fucking like this game. You will not let them win. But they do. And they win. You can't enjoy shit. That's how it is. And then you get into number 4. The 4th part of this. And it's anger. You are fucking furious. You're even thinking about writing a strongly worded letter to fucking Nintendo. How dare you fucking publish this? Doesn't that quality seal of approval mean anything? Not going to listen. They won't reply. They never do. You're even getting to the point now where you want to fucking smash the cartridge up, because in your head then, that's like, I'll show you. I'll fucking show you. I'm going to smash this to pieces. I mean, there's no fucking logic in that really, is there? It's your fucking property. But then again, I suppose you smash it to pieces, you never have to fucking play it again or look at it again. It's all a part of a healing process, I think. But yeah, you're angry. You're fucking furious. You're even then doing probably the worst thing you possibly could do. You're lying to friends. You're trying to get them to buy it off you. You're telling them everything that store salesman tells you. Oh, it's a fucking brilliant game, this. Don't ignore them reviews. They don't fucking know what they're talking about. You get to fly as Superman. That's all you're pinning it on. Only positive thing. You don't want to lie to them completely. Feed them bullshit about the stuff that doesn't actually happen. You can fly. So you'll pick the bit of the game that's the most sort of like the not so bad aspect. You're trying to look for a diamond in a pile of shit. You're not finding it. So you just cling to anything and just say, you can fly. You can fly in this game. Or whatever game it is. You'll pick out the little part of the game that's acceptable. But again, reviews are art. Word's spreading. No one's fucking buying your sack of shit game. Everyone knows it's shit. You try and do trades with people. No one's interested. So then you move on to the final stage, which is you forget. You just plain simply forget. Forget it ever happened. It didn't happen. I never bought it. I never spent 60 quid on this. And you just put it out of your mind. But the problem with that is, the problem with forgetting is, we do the same fucking thing again and again and again. You walk in, you see Robocop 3 on shelf, you think, I'll have a bit of that. Here's me 60 quid. And the cycle just fucking repeats itself. Wait for fucking reviews. I mean, this is a lesson people should learn now. Don't pre-order a game. There's no point in it. Wait for a review. Show some patience. How much money I could have saved as a kid if I'd have showed patience. Easier said than done. Easier said than done. But what can you do? When you're a kid and you've got money burning a hole in your pocket, and you can buy a video game, again, you're living on that. You're sort of even thinking, well, see, with a lot of games, it's the enjoyment of buying a game and the anticipation of playing it that can be more exciting than the actual game. So even when you buy a shit game, you've still got that. You've still got the sort of like trip down to go and get it. You've still got the trip home on bus. You've still got that enjoyment. You've still got that to look forward to. Even with shit games. But it's that moment when you're playing it, and it's number 3. It's the acceptance. Because every game you play, every shit game you play, you start off, oh, it's alright this. It's alright this. I'm liking this. Oh, I think it's growing on me. But then it comes eventually. The acceptance that you've fucking done it. You've spunked it. It's gone. You're left with fucking a right lemon. Even your mum knows. My mum used to know. You don't like that game, do you? What do you mean I don't like it? You don't play it much. You can sense it a mile away. You're not kidding anybody. I'm trying to think now off the top of my head, games that I've done it. There's loads of them. I don't know why I've done it. I don't know why I do it. But to be even fair as well, these games where I've looked at review and gone, oh, it's a 65% out of 100. They might not be wrong. They might be wrong. I'm criticising them, thinking I know better. And again, that's true. Video game scores can be totally wrong. But when there's sort of like criticising like technical aspects and the game's sort of broken, that's when you probably should listen. And again, a lot of people complain nowadays about, whoa, patches, always fucking fixing games. Patch here, patch there, you gotta wait for a patch to download, and it is annoying, but because of that, you can make a shit game. I mean, if you could patch, mind you, I'm not saying if you could patch back in the day and you could patch Superman 64, you could make it better. No, you can't. You might be able to make it acceptable. But the fact you can patch games now and you can make games better. I mean, example that would probably be No Man's Sky. They've actually turned that into a decent game. It's alright. It's a bit too late for me personally, but I went back and played it and thought, it's fucking alright this. Added so much content to it, and that's so, and I don't, that's probably why you probably don't get really, really shit games anymore, because they can tweak them, they can listen to what's wrong with them and they can fix them. And that's probably why upgrades and patches and that are good. Yeah, because again, I don't buy shit games anymore. So either they're getting better, or I am just choosing very wisely. That and the fact you can trade in now. I think it sort of vanished as well when you could sort of trade in games. Because when I got, we'll stick with Superman 64. There were no. I know a lot of people said they were trading games like for NES and SNES and Mega Drive and NES Master System. I don't know where they were doing that, because the only time I can start to think of like trading games, it came in very late. It weren't. I'm trying to think when it were. It was quite late on, especially where I were. There were no. I think the one first shop that opened up that did trades were like a shop called Playtime. But apart from that, all other shops, like, you bought it, that was it. There were no second-hand games. Only way you could sell your games, if you put them on, you had to like advertisement newspaper, local newspaper, or like, what are it called? Well, that newspaper you could buy, free ads or something like that. Because again, internet weren't knocking about back then. Well, not for me anyway. Again, now I'm just going off. Should have ended this video a bit back. So yeah, let me know in the comments if that struck a nerve with anybody. I'm sure I can't be the only one that fucking went through them 5 steps when buying a shit game. As always, thanks for listening, and if you wouldn't mind clicking that subscribe button, I'd really appreciate it. Also, feel free to like and comment, and why not check out a previous video. Cheers for watching.